Jump scares, everybody! That's enough on these pathetic turds.
Greetings, everyone. This is your old pal, Alan Alberson, Lord Dixie at Dead Sexy Radio. And I am here tonight, and I am wearing my Treos Tacos shirt, which is clean. Just washed it, just in case you see, like, a video of me wearing the same shirt more than once. Lord Dixie, Lord Dickwad, Alan Alberson, I am here, and I am with the sacred steak knife of package opening. And I have a package. I didn't plan to do a video today because I have to work tonight and I have to go in a couple of hours. And I also have my Louisville Sluggers cap on so you can't see my bald head. I have to go to work in a couple of hours. I didn't plan on doing a video, but I woke up, didn't get a whole lot of sleep today, but I woke up and I had a package here. And this is a package from the eBays of something I ordered. I do know what it is. And I got it, and I'm like, oh, I got a package today. I'm going to do a video over the weekend, so I'll just hold it and not open it. That's hard to do. I love getting shit. I love getting stuff. This is stuff. I do know what this is because I ordered it from eBay. I got the email today. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to open it. And I will tell you, it is a book. And I decided, since this is a book in this package, I bought a couple of books over the weekend, one of which I am reading right now, and I'm going to finish reading it before I start on this one. And some older books that I have that I've either... Let's see, I've read one, I haven't read the other one yet. So anyway, but like I said, I can't hold this for 2 or 3 days until I plan on doing a video. I've been considering doing the video on the purchase I bought next week, and I should do that while they're still halfway new before they're fucking archived and audio booked and on the internet free. So, without further ado, because we have adoed enough, my package, and I'm hiding my address. I need to, like, Sharpie out my address before I do these. That way I can hold it up. But the sacred steak knife has drawn blood, and it's pretty swift. I don't usually do it like that, but that works. So, we're opening the package of doom and the pull out. Oh, there's a thank you note on it. Thank you very much. Enjoy your book. I shall. And what we have is The Beast Within by Edward Levy. And I had to make sure I read his name right because I'm not that familiar with Edward beyond this book. And I'm looking at it. I'm enjoying looking at the package. Excuse me. I didn't get my Coke. I was going to do a sippy, but I forgot my Diet Pepsi in the other room. But anyway, The Beast Within, for you horror fans who know, is a movie from 1982. I'm probably wrong on the date. Stars Ronnie Cox, BB Besh. I may have pronounced her name wrong. I'm sorry if I did. It is a movie set in the 80s anyway. Actually, wasn't set. It was released in the 80s. It was set in rural Mississippi, just outside Jackson, Mississippi, which I grew up in Mississippi, if you can't tell by the horrible southern accent. So that's always been a favorite film of mine. And I knew it was based on a book, and I never read the book, knew very little about the book, and the other day I'm like, what the hell, let's just order the book. Now, I do know from the internet that there's quite a few differences between the book and the movie. They changed up a lot for the movie. I think if you've ever seen the movie, you know it's about this family, and the very beginning of the movie, the female member of the family is raped, 17 years later, her son starts having these medical conditions, and there's a rash of killings, and basically the kid turns into a giant cicada monster. It's cheesy, but I freaking love the movie. Part of the reason I love the movie is because it's from Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi, but I actually have the movie ordered. I don't think I have a copy on DVD, but I have a Blu-ray copy ordered from Scream Factory. Heaven knows when that's going to get here because of the problems with COVID. Someday my prints will come. Prints. But anyway, The Beast Within, a novel by Edward Levy, beyond horror. Prepare to meet the beast within. A lonely wife cheats. A brutal husband gets revenge. A not-so-innocent stranger hears... I'm going to take this tape off, because the tape is ruining my readings. A not-so-innocent stranger hears a cellar door scrape shut and begins 20 years of indescribable horror. Chained in total darkness. I thought it said Hotel Darkness for a second. Okay. Chained in total darkness, feeding on live rats and human flesh, becoming himself the nightmare creature that lurks within us all. I didn't like that grammar on there. Ooh, we got the red on black. I hate red type on black. I don't know if I'm colorblind or if that's just hard for me to read. The spine-chilling new novel by the author of Came a Spider. So, I don't know a whole lot about Edward Levy. I know he has written about 3 to 4 horror novels. This one, of course, made into the movie, which I love the movie. I'm going to give this a read probably after I finish the book that I'm reading right now. And on to the book that I'm reading right now, which I picked up at Barnes & Noble a couple of weeks ago. Last weekend. I picked up last weekend at Barnes & Noble, which I have a discount card, so I got 30% off, and I think I get an extra 10% off too, blah, blah, blah. So basically it's half price. But the book I picked up, all you fans of horror, everybody knows who Stephen King is. This is the new Stephen King book, If It Bleeds. I want to Let It Bleed, but it's If It Bleeds. This is actually a short story collection, or the story in it that I'm actually reading right now is the title story, Let It Bleed. And it's about 200 pages long, so to me that's kind of novella versus short story, but whatever. January of 2021, a small padded envelope addressed to Detective Ralph Anderson, is delivered to the Conrads, the Andersons' next-door neighbors. The Anderson family is on an extended vacation in the Bahamas. Printed on this envelope in large letters is, "Do not forward, hold for arrival." When Ralph opens a package, he finds a flash drive titled, If It Bleeds, presumably referring to the old news trope which proclaims, if it bleeds, it leads. The drive holds a kind of report, or spoken word diary from Holly Gibney, with whom the detective shared a case that began in Oklahoma and ended in a Texas cave. It was a case that changed Ralph Anderson's perception of reality forever. The final words of Holly's audio report are from an entry dated December 19th, 2020. She sounds out of breath. "I have done the best I can, Ralph, but it may not be enough. In spite of all my planning, there's a chance I won't come out of this alive. If I do die, and you choose to continue what I've started, please be careful. You have a wife and son." And that, of course, if you're very familiar with King, Holly Gibney and Ralph Anderson, did I get his name right? Yeah, Ralph Anderson, were characters in his last or second to last novel. The last novel that I read, The Outsider. I think that was the last novel I read. I get my King confusion at times. Holly was also a character in the Mr. Mercedes series of books, which I have not read. And I didn't pick those up because I knew Mr. Mercedes was more of a crime drama, and I'm more of a horror fan. But after reading The Outsider and getting to know Holly, and now I'm on Let It Bleed, I really want to at some point go back and pick up the the Mr. Mercedes series. I did see season 1 of Mr. Mercedes, a TV show. I haven't followed up on that because I don't actually have that channel, so I have to buy the series. I watched the first season. I quite enjoyed it, so at some point I do want to continue on with that. But anyway, the second book, and I picked this. Let me get back to the King novel. I am reading Let It Bleed, the title story in the book, which is a follow-up to The Outsider. Same character, Holly Gibney. It's not a direct follow-up, but it is, in all intents and purposes, a follow-up. It's a supernatural-based story in the same vein of The Outsider. I don't want to give away too much about it. I have not finished it. I'm in the last. I think I like around 50-something pages to finish the story, and then there are 3 more stories in the book. So hopefully I'm going to finish that up over the next week. I'm kind of casually reading. I'm not hardcore reading it. But it's pretty good. If you're a King fan, you want to get it. It's good classic King. The second book I picked up the exact same time that I got Let It Bleed. I actually picked it up first because I found it first. I went looking for Let It Bleed. It's not Let It Bleed, it's If It Bleeds. If It Bleeds. God damn, I'm so fucking... Okay, If It Bleeds. I went to Barnes & Noble looking for If It Bleeds, buying it there because I get a discount. And I came across this other book, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't look good. And then I read over the cover, and I think there's a blurb by Stephen King, who he makes as much money at blurbs as he does books, probably. Joking out loud. But anyway, this book is called Cosmology of Monsters, and by Sean Hamill. I don't know Sean Hamill. I know Mark Hamill. They're not the same person, I take it. The blurb from Stephen King: if John Irving ever wrote a horror novel, it would be something like this. I loved it. Stephen King. And that's why I sold it, because everybody does a blurb, and I pay not a hell of a lot of attention to blurbs. But I literally saw the cover, and I'm like, this looks like one of those kind of paranormal romance, because you got the monster hand, and I don't know. But then I read the back of it, and it got me. Brilliantly combines the mythos of H.P. Lovecraft with a contemporary story of family under threat of destruction from supernatural forces. And yes, it was the H.P. Lovecraft. And I know 90% of the stuff done today that has Lovecraft's name on it is kind of garbagey. Most of the Lovecraft movies you see are ultra low budget, and they're just like shitty as hell. Rest in peace, Stuart Gordon, who actually did good Lovecraft movies. But it succeeds because these are good, likable people that we root for. They could be our neighbors. Horror works only when we care for the people involved, and because we care for the Turners, their nightmare becomes ours. Sean Hamill's prose is simple and simply beautiful. If John Irving ever wrote a horror novel, it would be something like this. I loved it, and I think you will too. Stephen King. So that's a blurb, and that blurb actually did, because he actually looks like King actually read the book. And King is, for all intents and purposes, in reality, King is how I discovered Lovecraft. I may have read some Lovecraft. I think I might have read the Music of Eric Zahn before I discovered Lovecraft, because there was a King short story that really made me think, this guy Lovecraft, I'd check him out. And then in Dance Macabre, the King's nonfiction book, he mentioned Lovecraft quite a bit too. So anyway, I don't know a hell of a lot about this now, other than it has something to do with Lovecraftian monsters and normal average people. And I remember a quote from, I believe, Clive Barker back around the time Hellraiser was made. He said, real horror is when you have normal people having a normal life, doing the things normal people do, and suddenly all hell breaks loose, and the supernatural breaks loose. And I really need a haircut, even though I'm balding. So I really hope we can get COVID under control and I can get a haircut. I'm going to probably try to get a haircut next week anyway. 2 more books that I've had for a while, and I just thought I'll make this video a little longer because I don't want to make an extremely short video. and this is Friday, and it's probably going to be Saturday before I get this uploaded. FOYA. But anyway, the next book, I've had this for a while, and this is, speaking of the man, the myth, the legend, the master of horror, who just happened to be a racist, and God, it makes it kind of uncomfortable, but he still changed the genre. He created the genre of cosmic horror. We have the short stories of H.P. Lovecraft, or actually, as it's titled, H.P. Lovecraft Short Stories. Yay! And I picked this up, and it's kind of like, God, why did I pick this up? I got so much Lovecraft. I have a huge, complete Works of Lovecraft book that has everything in here, but I really like this book design. And if you know Lovecraft, there's no need for me to even talk about this book. If you don't know Lovecraft, let's go ahead here. H.P. Lovecraft. Oh, I see. This is why I need my Pepsi. This is why I need my sippy. H.P. Lovecraft's petrifying yet fascinating stories took their inspiration from a multitude of literary influences, including the mysterious Arabian Nights, the capricious deities and heroes of Greek mythology, and the lyrical horrors of the Gothic tales told to him by his grandfather. His writings gave voice to the belief that there are some things in the world that can never be understood. This collection features several of H.P. Lovecraft's most iconic tales, including the Call of Cthulhu, which everybody knows they're Cthulhu, and even though he wasn't that big in Lovecraft's actual writing, but the Call of Cthulhu, the Whisperer in Darkness, the Thing on the Doorstep, the Lurking Fear, the Shadow over Innsmouth, the Shunned House, From Beyond, Pickman's Model, the Nameless City, the Dreams, and the Witch House. Now, if you remember any of those and you're not a Lovecraft reader, or you're like, oh, that sounds familiar, yeah, quite a few of these have been turned into movies of different levels and different quality. The Shadow over Innsmouth was, of course, adapted heavily by Stuart Gordon into the movie Dagon. And Gordon was the best, at least in my lifetime. I think he was the best Lovecraftian movie director. The Call of Cthulhu was done by Black and White by the H.P. Lovecraft Society. Dreams in the Witch House was done by Stuart Gordon. And the Masters of Horror series, Pickman's Model, I believe, Pickman's Model was done on, was it The Night Gallery, I believe, with Rod Serling. The Lurking Fear was a movie done by Charles Band. I don't remember who directed it. It was a full moon movie. Ashley Lawrence from Hellraiser was in it. Okay. But anyway, that's it. I picked this up for like $9.97, $8.97. It was marked down. Maybe that's why I got it. Yes, I got this on an outdoor sale at Books A Million when they have books outside their store occasionally that are on sale. Get them while they're cheap. And speaking of Lovecraft, speaking of the influencers of Lovecraft, who Lovecraft used to check out on YouTube and Insta, if they existed in the time of Lovecraft, which they didn't. But this is a book from one of the somewhat influencers of Lovecraft. This is The King in Yellow by Robert Chambers. I can pronounce it right. Robert Chambers. Let me double check that my memory is not slipped. Yes, Robert W. Chambers. He wrote the original story, The King in Yellow, the book The King in Yellow. Was that the actual name of the book, or am I fucking it up? And please correct me in the comments if I'm fucking it up. And this is not the actual book. This is a graphic novel that basically redoes the stories from The King in Yellow in a comic form and a graphic form. And I bought this thinking it was the original story because I have never read the original book, and shame me for that. I'm going to be honest with you here. I'm not going to pretend, oh, I am a literary horror expert. And I've never read the actual King in Yellow. But Lovecraft drew inspiration from Chambers' work, and so that a lot of people now mix in characters or situations from Chambers into the Lovecraftian Cthulhu and greater mythos of Lovecraft, with the King in Yellow being likened to Hastur, who I'm not sure if Lovecraft, if he mentioned Hastur, it was briefly. Hastur was driven more firmly into the Lovecraft mythos by August Derleth and the people who came after Lovecraft and picked up his work and expanded the expanded Lovecraft mythos, the expanded Lovecraft universe. But yes, I picked this up, and this is by Chambers and Colbert, because Chambers, of course, was the person who created the King in Yellow and the stuff. He created the King in Yellow and the situations around him. Totally lost my mind here. But this was adapted and illustrated by I.N.J. Colbert, by Robert Chambers. And like I said, this was a mistaken eBay buy. But it's still, the stories are adapted. They're different. But they still cover the basics of the yellow sign. Have you seen the yellow sign? Isn't that the right phrase? I could have missed it. Which was also heavily adapted into the HBO series True Detective with all right, and I'm losing it. I can't remember who it was. But anyway, yeah, this is a graphic novel. If you run across it, it's really good. It is in comic form, very good. It basically tells the same stories as a novel, I think, once again, since I haven't read the novel. But anyway, I said I was going to keep this short, and I'm running at 20 minutes, so that's not short anymore. And I was going to talk about something else. But anyway, that's my book unboxing, as it were. I do have a package that's supposed to be here Monday, so I'm going to try to get this up on the internet Monday so that one or two people can accidentally look at it and feel cursed forever. And then Monday I will do a video on my unboxing that is coming from Grindhouse Releasing, and it is a Blue Underground. I have to close my eyes and concentrate so I don't say Blue October. But my Blue Underground sale package is supposed to be here Monday. It may come Saturday, since my post office lately has been quicker than normal, so hopefully it'll get here sooner. That's it, folks. See you next time.